What if toxic chemicals in your daily life might be silently damaging your brain, leading to memory loss, brain fog, and even dementia? From the water you drink to the air you breathe, hidden toxins affect your cognitive health. But how do they do it? And more importantly, how can you protect yourself? Today, we're exposing the shocking truth behind toxins and brain health, and most importantly, how to detox your brain. Welcome to Levitas. How do heavy metals affect your brain health? Heavy metals like mercury, lead, arsenic, and aluminum are toxic elements that can accumulate in your brain and cause serious neurological damage. These metals enter your body through contaminated water, processed foods, dental fillings, cookware, and even vaccines. The problem is that your brain is a magnet for heavy metals, and once they settle there, they interfere with neuronal function, neurotransmitter balance, and cellular energy production. Studies have linked heavy metal toxicity to Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and cognitive decline. Mercury, for instance, destroys neurons, causing memory loss and mood disorders. Lead exposure has been connected to lower IQ, learning disabilities, and aggressive behavior. Even small amounts of aluminum, found in antiperspirants, cookware, and processed foods, have been found in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. Heavy metals trigger chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, leading to brain cell damage and impaired detoxification. Over time, this results in brain fog, poor concentration, and neurological disorders. The worst part is your body struggles to eliminate them, meaning they build up over decades unless you actively work to detox. Can fluoride exposure contribute to cognitive decline? Fluoride is commonly added to tap water, toothpaste, and processed foods, but is it truly safe? The research suggests that excessive fluoride exposure can be neurotoxic, affecting brain development and cognitive function. Fluoride can cross the blood-brain barrier, accumulating in brain tissue where it disrupts enzyme activity, neurotransmitters, and thyroid function, all of which are critical for brain health. Multiple studies have linked high fluoride intake to lower IQ in children and increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases in adults. The biggest concern is that fluoride enhances aluminum absorption, which, as we discussed, is a major risk factor for Alzheimer's disease. It also contributes to the calcification of the pineal gland, which is responsible for regulating sleep and cognitive function. So, where is fluoride hiding? Tap water, fluoridated toothpaste, black tea, non-organic grapes, processed foods, and even some pharmaceuticals. Since fluoride is difficult to eliminate from the body, chronic exposure can take you to long-term neurological damage. If you want to protect your brain, you need to be aware of your fluoride intake and take steps to reduce it. How are pesticides linked to Alzheimer's? Pesticides are designed to kill insects and pests, but what if they're also silently damaging your brain? Research has found a strong connection between pesticide exposure and Alzheimer's disease. One of the biggest culprits are organophosphates, a class of pesticides commonly used in fruits, vegetables, and even household insect sprays. These chemicals interfere with acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter crucial for memory, learning, and muscle control. Chronic exposure leads to inflammation, oxidative stress, and the accumulation of beta-amyloid plaques, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Pesticides don't just affect farm workers. They're present in non-organic produce, contaminated water, and even household air. A landmark study found that people with high pesticide exposure had a 70% increased risk of developing Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. What makes pesticides even more dangerous is that they don't break down easily. Many persist in the body for years, accumulating in fat tissues and the brain, where they continue to cause damage long after exposure. To protect your brain, it's essential to eat organic whenever possible, wash your produce thoroughly, and reduce exposure to household pesticides. How do air pollutants damage the brain? Every time you breathe polluted air, you're inhaling tiny toxic particles that travel directly to your brain. Air pollution, particularly from vehicle emissions, industrial chemicals, and cigarette smoke, contains fine particulate matter, also known as PM 2.5, that crosses the blood-brain barrier, triggering neuroinflammation and oxidative stress. These pollutants increase the risk of stroke, cognitive decline, and neurodegenerative diseases. Studies show that people living in highly polluted cities have a significantly higher chance of developing Alzheimer's and Parkinson's due to chronic brain inflammation. Air toxins also lower oxygen levels in the brain, impairing mental clarity, memory, and decision-making. Long-term exposure can even shrink gray matter, which is essential for cognition and motor function. The best way to protect yourself to use air purifiers indoors, spend time in green spaces, and avoid high-traffic areas during peak pollution hours. Can mold exposure damage the brain? Mold toxins, known as mycotoxins, can have a devastating effect on brain function. When inhaled, mold spores trigger chronic inflammation, leading to brain fog, memory loss, and even depression. Mold exposure disrupts dopamine and serotonin balance, affecting mood, motivation, and cognitive function. It also increases neuroinflammation, contributing to headaches, dizziness, and neurological disorders. Studies have even linked mold toxicity to Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Mold thrives in damp environments, such as bathrooms, basements, and poorly ventilated homes. The worst part is that many people don't even realize they have mold exposure until they experience persistent neurological symptoms. To protect your brain, it's crucial to keep humidity levels low, use HEPA air filters, and regularly check for hidden mold in your home. How can you detox your brain? As we mentioned earlier, keeping a healthy brain, free of toxins is key to prevent cognitive decline and dementia. Here are 6 easy steps you can make to improve brain detox. Step 1. Eliminate exposure. Reduce intake of processed foods, tap water, non-organic produce, and toxic cookware. Switch to organic, whole foods and use glass or stainless steel containers. Step 2. Boost detox pathways by drinking filtered water, consume fiber-rich foods, and take glutathione-boosting nutrients like NAC, vitamin C, and selenium. These help flush toxins out of your system. Step 3. Support liver function, since the liver is your main detox organ. Eat cruciferous vegetables, turmeric, apple cider vinegar, and lemon water to enhance liver detoxification. Step 4. Sweat it out. Infrared saunas, exercise, and hot baths help release toxins through sweat. Step 5. Use chelation therapy. Certain foods and supplements, like cilantro, chlorella, and activated charcoal, help bind heavy metals and remove them from the body. Step 6. Prioritize good sleep. This is because your brain detoxifies itself during deep sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep to allow lymphatic drainage, which clears out toxins. What is the best way to prevent toxin exposure at home? To reduce toxin exposure, start by purifying your water. Use a high-quality water filter to remove fluoride, heavy metals, and contaminants. Next, switch to organic foods whenever possible. Non-organic produce is loaded with pesticides that accumulate in the brain. Filter indoor air with HEPA purifiers to eliminate mold spores, pollutants, and allergens. Avoid using chemical-based cleaning products, opting for natural alternatives like vinegar and baking soda. Ditch plastic containers that leach harmful chemicals like BPA and phthalate into your food. Instead, use glass or stainless steel to keep your foods away from these toxins. Finally, choose non-toxic personal care products and be mindful of heavy metals in cosmetics, deodorants, and dental fillings. By making these small changes, you create a low-toxin environment that protects your brain for years to come. In conclusion, the accumulation of toxins such as heavy metals, fluoride, pesticides, and air pollutants can have devastating effects on brain health, leading to neurological disorders like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and cognitive decline. These substances disrupt essential brain functions, trigger inflammation, and damage brain cells, often accumulating over time and becoming harder for the body to eliminate. To protect your brain, it's crucial to limit exposure to these harmful elements by making lifestyle changes such as choosing organic foods, filtering water, using non-toxic household products, and prioritizing detox practices like sweating and improving liver function. Maintaining a toxin-free environment is vital for safeguarding your cognitive health, allowing you to preserve your brain's function and well-being for the long term. Thank you for tuning in to Levitas. Please share today's video with friends and family, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications for future videos. Your support is appreciated. It helps us grow and create more content to empower your health. Remain tuned to Levitas for more expert advice on your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.